If you are someone who owns a freeze dryer and have not made your own garlic powder yet, believe me when I tell you, you need to try it because it is next level. In today's video, I've got a hack that makes making your own garlic powder in your freeze dryer as easy as possible. And I mean it when I say it is easy peasy lemon squeezy. Are you ready for me to show you the hack? Have you ever purchased this from Costco? Because it is a total game changer when it comes to fresh garlic. So you can buy this at Costco. I'm not sure if normal grocery stores carry this. I haven't been able to find it, but maybe they do. This is peeled garlic cloves, just whole. You can see them all in there. You can smell it. It is very pungent. And it just makes it so convenient. This is gonna make my life so much easier. The last time I made garlic powder, I just bought normal garlic bulbs and peeled them myself, and it took a very long time. The whole time I was peeling that garlic, I just kept thinking, why didn't I buy this? Why didn't I buy this? So when I ran out of my garlic powder a few weeks ago, I made sure that this is what we were gonna use for making my new batch of garlic powder. And let me just tell you, there is such a difference between store-bought garlic powder just from the grocery store, you know, those little dollar things of garlic powder. I use garlic powder all the time, but when I made my own, it is just next level, so much more fragrant, so much more flavorful. It will really change your cooking for the better. Highly recommend making your own garlic powder versus buying it at the store. This stuff is amazing. Since we have such little prep time, I'm gonna get my freeze dryer started right now. I am just gonna go into customize. I'm gonna reset everything. And I'm good with my standard settings. I'm gonna increase my extra dry time to like 7 hours. Hit save, hit start. And then we wait a 15-minute cool down period. I always add my extra dry time to a high amount of hours just because if it happens to end in the middle of the night or something, it will just keep drying your food while you're sleeping. And a lot of times it needs the extra dry time anyway. And so I just prefer to have it dry longer than what the machine senses on its own. That's why I do that. I want to say this was like $13. I honestly cannot remember, but I know it was above 10. I don't think it was 20. I think it was like 13, but tell me if I'm wrong, if you've bought this before, what the price was. To prep these for my trays, I am going to be using my pre-cut parchment paper that I get from Amazon. That is totally so convenient. You can just stick them right onto your trays and there's no cutting or measuring involved. I also really like my silicone reusable liners. I use those a lot for freeze-dried food as well. They're not clean right now, so I am just using my paper ones, but I will have both linked in the video description below, the parchment and the silicone ones. The parchment is especially good for candy making, FYI. And then for getting my garlic on the trays, I am literally just gonna pour these on a tray. I'm not gonna chop them. I'm not gonna do anything to them. I wanna see how they turn out just freeze-dried whole like this. Should I be cutting them in half? I don't know, but let's give it a test and do them whole. Oh, why not? So I did end up taking scissors and just cutting the pieces of garlic that were really big because some were just much bigger than the others. So it'll just be easier to get all to freeze dry if they are similar in size. So that is what I did here. We are well past our 15-minute cool down process. I got a little distracted while I was in between doing things, but now I'm ready to load up my garlic trays. Just to warn you, this garlic is very pungent, and when you freeze dry garlic, it is gonna make the room where your freeze dryer is very smelly. So be warned of the garlic smell and fumigating your house for a while. To help with the smell, definitely change the water in your drain bucket right after your freeze dryer is done, because that water smells like garlic and then it'll keep stinking up your room if you don't get rid of it quickly. If you are interested in purchasing a freeze dryer, I have an affiliate link with Harvest Right down in the video description below. You can click there, it'll take you to their website, you hit shop and it'll show you the freeze dryers that they have available. Mine is a medium size and it is perfect for me and what I do just with my size of family and stuff like that. If you have any questions about the type of freeze dryer you might want based on your needs, you can drop it in the comments below and I am happy to help you there to figure out what type of freeze dryer would be best for you. I also am sending my cute freeze dry magnet to anyone who purchases a freeze dryer using my affiliate link. It is right here. It says, I'd freeze dry that. That's kind of my favorite little thing about freeze drying. And I just want to give people who use my link a thank you, send them a magnet and some other little goodies because I just appreciate all of your support. And when you purchase through my links, it helps me continue making videos for you guys. Y'all are awesome, you're the best. To claim your free magnet and little goodie bag, just send me an email to the email I have on the screen right here. I will also have it in the video description below. I need your name, mailing address, and the date you purchased your freeze dryer. This won't automatically come to you. You do have to let me know that you purchased a freeze dryer with my link. I can then verify the purchase and send you your goodies as a thank you. If you have any questions, let me know. So with all of that, I will definitely let you know how long this garlic takes to freeze dry in the freeze dryer. And then I will show you how I turn it into garlic powder because it is heavenly. I am telling you, it's the best. Welcome back. My freeze dryer is definitely done. Here's the story. I had to let this run probably 10 hours longer than it needed. When we got home last night, my freeze dryer was just entering its extra dry time. It had run for 28 hours. I don't know, I thought this wouldn't take that long, but they were thick, big pieces of garlic, and I didn't pre-freeze, so I can see why it took that long. But it was late at night. I did not have time to come down here and get my stuff processed and ready. So trying to get the kids in bed and all that fun stuff. So I just increased my dry time so that it would just keep drying through the night. Yes, it dried extra, used more electricity and stuff than I would have preferred, but I tend to make freeze drying fit into my schedule versus me fit around the freeze dryer schedule. And it's fine. Extra dry time's not gonna hurt your food. It actually maybe needed the extra dry time because I didn't have time to do like my weigh test or anything like that. But I know my garlic is done now. It's been going 40 hours, so let's get this out and see how it's looking. Here it all is. It just feels hard, like they're little chips or something. They can just break in half. Yum. Something that may have contributed to the extra longer dry time was that my basement was smelling so bad of garlic from this processing in the freeze dryer. I came down here and opened my window. Granted, it was like 20 degrees yesterday. It took care of the garlic smell, but this room got much colder than it usually does. And I think in a cold room, the freeze dryer has to work harder to keep it warm and at temperature and drying and all of that. So after like 5 hours of realizing, oh, my dry time was like going very slowly, there has a little measuring guide on the screen so you can see where you're at in the freeze drying process. It was going very slow. So I decided we just need to suffer with the garlic smell. I shut the window and then it started freeze drying better. So tidbit, super cold areas, not good for the freeze dryer, but it smelled so garlicky. I am gonna show you how I turned this garlic into garlic powder, but first I'm just gonna put these in mason jars and vacuum seal them because I get to go substitute teach today. I'm about to go head off to work, so I don't have time to process the garlic. I will do that when I get home this evening and show you how it turns out when it is garlic powder because it is so good. Wish me luck at school today. And I will catch you all in a few after I get these packaged up. If you need a practical joke for someone, these look like little nuts. Like they could be peanuts or cashews. It would be so funny to give someone this, offering them a nut, and they eat it and then it's garlic. I don't have the heart to do that to any of my kids or husband. I am just so not a practical joke person. But if you are, try it. I survived my day at school. It all went just fine, but I am now ready to powder down my freeze-dried garlic. I am hoping my Ninja food processor can chop these hard garlic cloves up well enough. So I'm just gonna stick them in here in different batches. I will be funneling them into my mason jar, and I'm not sure if it needs to be a jar this size or a bigger jar. We will see as we go. I love this canning funnel. You can get these on Amazon or at Walmart or whatever. It just really helps you be able to put foods into jars easier. So here is the final product. It was a little hard on my Ninja food processor. Granted, this I got as a wedding gift like 13 years ago, 12 years ago. And so I'm probably due for a new one. I will link the updated Amazon version of this Ninja food chopper. I do really like it. I think it's just time for me to get a new one. So here is how the garlic powder turned out. It does leave some chunks, but I seriously love that because it kind of turns when you're cooking. It's not just a garlic powder, it's kind of like a minced garlic also. It's just super flavorful, super delicious. I decided to leave these ones whole, and once I get through this jar of garlic powder, then I will powder these ones down. I just figured it would be a little easier that way. But yeah, this turned out awesome. And I would just use this anytime I am looking to use garlic powder in my cooking, which I pretty much use on everything, but especially in like chilies and soups and stuff, this turns out delicious. I thought I would come check out our beautiful sunset that we are having right now. It's been a little bit colder than it has been the last week or so. We have a bit of a cold front coming in, but it sure is pretty and sunny today. If you like to make your own spices with your freeze dryer, let me know what your go-tos are. I love the garlic. I also have done onions and powdered them down to be onion powder. I have also done chili peppers and made a like chili pepper powder. Those were all so good. And I am actually out of the chili powder as well, so that might need to be my next one that I do. Forewarning, if you do the garlic, I mean, my house smells so garlicky, the entire house. But I think that's just because our air vents are all connected and it was taking the garlicky air from the freeze dryer room and pumping it all throughout the house. So hopefully in a couple days our house won't smell like garlic anymore. But this mama is tired, so it is time to sign off. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments below. All links to products that I have used will be in the video description. You just click the area where it says see more. Sometimes you have to hit more again and you will be able to find the links there. Okay? Okay, I will see y'all later. Bye.